Dandy in the spotlight. They crown him greatest of all time. MDG with the wild beer, wildlife. Spin City chasing summer all the time. Tommy Temple holding down the north side.
Art remix. Okay.
All the chats say they all so fire, but one name sitting on the top. Mr. Bill got the best curves in the game. Whole star train rolling, they chant his name. All these Western kings chasing that fame, but they all turned green when the trophy came. Mr. Bill got the best curves in the game. Crowd go dumb, can't tame that flame. Jealous eyes flash when they call that name. Best curves in the game. Red carpet full of tripods, bright screens, flashbulbs, pop for the protest scenes. Every angle, every siren, every sign, but your line hit clean, baby, every time. They got plaques for the views, for the watch time. You got love for the lines where the wheels ride. They all clap, but you feel that side eye, cause the curve crown sitting on you just right. Oh yeah! Mr. Bill got the best curves in the game. Whole star train rolling, they chant his name. All these Western kings chasing that fame, but they all turned green when the trophy came. Mr. Bill got the best curves in the game. Crowd go dumb, can't tame that flame. Jealous eyes flash when they call that name. Best curves in the game.
Are those like Muslim women against feminism?
Okay, how we doing, guys? How we doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're doing good. No free music. No free music right now. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Thanks for popping in here. Just thought I'd do a little bit of a late afternoon stream here. Get some of the news stuff that's going on out of the way. And tonight we'll do some worse fun stuff. We don't have to focus on the news so much tonight. How about that? Because you guys will probably have already watched it by tonight, so I don't need to go rehash old news and things like that. Hey, Gray American, nice to see you in the chat there. Hopefully you're doing good. Nice to see everybody hanging out there. Angela Rose had a little thing there. She's doing some investigating, things like that. I thought this was interesting. So let's check this out real quick here.
Are those like Muslim women against feminism? That's like confusing though, because usually feminists are the ones who are like in the most support of migrants.
This whole building.
Isn't that odd that the Muslim women are like, get your LGBT out of here?
Somewhere for the homeless to stay, and there's refugees in there as well.
How much is the homeless? English?
Stay in there. Well, actually, like homeless in here, they're English.
Angela likes her coffee, doesn't she?
So 30%.
And then the rest are refugees as well, so
And this one, I think, has 187 rooms.
Wow. So I wonder if maybe down the line, the people who are in places like the Bell Hotel or the Epping Hotel would come into one of these eventually.
I feel like it will slowly start dividing them into like little places when places in here become available.
Hi.
What's happening, Raven?
Really small little hotel things or whatever, but I don't know if these are migrants in these hotels or not here.
I've come to get a room.
Are those like Muslim women?
Interesting. Good follow though, Angela Rose out there. This is an interesting one here. At least the definition is: Oregon teen starts crying in fear that ICE will deport his legal immigrant parents. They treat us. He says they treat us like dogs. They treat us like animals. Who does?
A tearful plea to city.
Keep in mind this is local news.
I'm scared for my parents to walk out there. To walk out their house because I might not be able to say goodbye to them if they go to work.
In front of hundreds of people at a Hillsborough City Hall meeting this week, 16-year-old Manny Chavez made a tearful plea to city councilors.
I'm scared that everyone that I love I'm not going to be able to see them again because even though that they're U.S. citizens, they don't care about us.
Show that you just heard. This is probably a different day, but Trump said priority U.S. citizens and legal immigrants. Not as much of a priority illegal immigrants. You did hear that, right?
They treat us like dogs. They treat us like animals.
Inspired to speak after two of his friends from his soccer team shared about their relatives who have been detained by ICE agents. His cries heard across the country after the video went viral.
Surprisingly, it got big, and a lot of people contacted me and were saying they're proud of what I did. And
we're proud you cried and got emotional to make a video go viral, even though there was no reason to cry.
How I spoke up, and that it was brave of me to do.
Manny was born in Oregon. His mother is a small business owner and pays taxes, but still he fears for his family and others. Today, I sat down with him and asked him what he wants the city to do.
I hope to see them be on our side and at least do something about the police department, having them help more on the immigrant side.
I want Manny to know, and I want everybody to know, that if we could banish ICE like that, we would. If an ICE agent and a Hillsborough police officer come into contact, whatever the ICE agent is doing, they take precedence because of this supremacy clause.
Wow. Hillsborough knows the Constitution. Wow. Surprise, surprise. They read the Constitution.
Hillsborough Mayor Beach Pace moved by Manny's testimony. Pace says the city has been designating money to support Latino organizations and businesses, noting the Hillsborough police can be a resource.
If a family member or anyone sees somebody that's in the process of being detained by ICE, they can call 911. Hillsborough police will arrive, and they can ask to verify identification of the ICE agents.
Can they demand it? No.
Despite what the city can do, Manny, a junior in high school, wants more for himself and his community.
I really do want something to change, because I should not live like this as a 16-year-old. I shouldn't be scared. I should be focusing on school, and I can't even focus on school.
Ariel Salk, Coin 6 News.
Try the part of school where you read the Constitution. Illegal immigrants get deported. Legal immigrants stay. And also read the executive order that said if you're here illegally, it sounds like your parents might be here legally, although that was kind of fishy the way that the reporter said that your mom pays taxes as a small business owner. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're legal, because there's the ISIN numbers you can get and pay taxes through that. So, but anyway, that was interesting the way they did that, framed that. They know nothing. It's like, do they go to school? Do they learn the difference between undocumented? If you're undocumented, perfect line of questioning. I thought it wasn't videotaped.
Mrs. Clinton, it's very simple. Did your husband fly to Epstein Island to party buck naked with Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates and his ugly ass titties?
AI.
Yes or no? Not going to answer any questions, huh? Okay, let's try this one. Did you kill Jeffrey Epstein and made it look like a suicide, just like you did with the other 200 or so associates around you and your husband that mysteriously died? I mean, one of them shot himself 3 times in the back, Mrs. Clinton. Now, how is that even humanly possible? Mrs. Clinton?
AI. This video uses fair use for the purpose of criticism, commentary, satire, news reporting, teaching, education, and research. That was fake. That was fake. For the people in the back that don't know, that was fake. Well, this is an interesting thing coming today. This person from Azerbaijan state passed her visa and broke her visa rules and everything. ICE is bringing her out, and a bunch of people at the Columbia University area were very upset that a illegal immigrant, and she's illegally here. She came here legally, but she did not follow the rules of her legal immigrant status. Therefore, she became an illegal immigrant the past 10 years. Therefore, she became deportable at that point.
Person, and gates of the Morningside Heights campus here in Manhattan. Police setting up barricades right now as they prepare for what could be a more intense protest as the day grows long. This just happened really in the last few hours. 6:30 in the morning is apparently when this began, when sources tell us that DHS showed up at an off-campus building owned by the university. It is student housing. It is access controlled with key cards. And they apparently, according to sources, represented themselves as police looking for a missing person. And then a university employee who was at the door let them in. They went and they ended up leaving with a student here, a student, a neuroscience researcher who has been here on campus for several years. There's now a protest here as people have come out protesting against ICE. We have spoken to several friends of this student who tells us that she has no history of protests. You know, this, of course, Colombia has been a prime target for ICE. Mahmoud Khalil, other leaders of the protest movement related to Gaza were detained by DHS. But in this case, the student, according to friends of hers, is an influencer who is active on Instagram and has not done anything, according to her friends, to raise the ire of those who might make her a target.
She went to college for over 10 years. I don't think she's gotten a degree. She was supposed to go to class and everything. She wasn't going to class during the Obama administration. At that time, she was sort of said, okay, you broke your visa rules and everything. Time to go. She was supposed to get 48 hours notice to go or pay a fine. She hasn't done any appeals or anything like that since 2016, 9 or 10 years ago. She just simply stayed in the country and ignored the order to do things. I think that's okay to kind of say, time to go, lady.
I'm scared for my parents to.
Here's him who the other day, he was out in the North Bend thing when they had the drag show thing going on over there. This is his take on what was going on there. I don't think he's going to break TOS.
Hey guys, I just want to give a quick rundown on what's taken place. So, as you all know, on Valentine's Day, I went to the Pony Village Mall in North Bend, Oregon, where they were holding a drag show for kids, a prom drag show for kids. You can see the videos below where I posted before and while I was there information on it. So I was trespassed as soon as I got there. I was escorted to a designated area where I could be, and I proceeded to film till the event was over. Had a few interactions. Police came and let me know I was trespassed for 24 hours. No problem. Well, fast forward to Monday afternoon, I ended up having a customer that I had to see at the Pony Village Mall, which is no big deal because I'm outside of the trespass now. Well, somebody called my employer and said, hey, this guy's trespassed. He's not supposed to be here. Not the case. Officer told me 24 hours. I'm golden. There's no reason for me to contact anybody or talk about it. This was on my off time. Well, I am now going on day 12 today of being on administrative leave while they're investigating. And I'm not sure what more they need to investigate because I've given them the video yesterday of the officers saying, hey, you know, you're only trespassed for 24 hours the day. Here we are 12 days and I'm still not at work. It is paid leave, but you know, that takes away all my overtime, and I'm sitting here wondering for 2 weeks, do I have a job or do I not have a job? And I have a lot to say about this, and a lot to say and a lot of things I want to do revolving around these types of issues. But I'm at a stall right now because, well, I want to wait to see what happens and make sure that I'm looking out for my best interests. So if I don't answer too many questions in the comments as far as where I work and what I do, I'm not going to do any of that. I'll never share where I work for obvious reasons. But yeah, man, I just wanted to shoot this out there, let you guys kind of know what's going on. This is the gist of it. It's turned into a witch hunt, turned into a whole lot more than it should be. And there's other people that are being doxxed and targeted now that were also attending this and live streaming like myself. And those guys are suffering some consequences from exercising their right as a free American to go out and show their community what's going on. So support these guys, man. Support the patriots out there, the people that are boots on the ground, trying to get word out on things that are taking place in our community that might need to be looked at a little bit more, a little bit deeper, and have a better understanding of why they're taking place and why we should be concerned. Appreciate you guys.
Now,
hey guys,
that was him who you saw some video of him a couple weeks ago, and he was down there. If you're on Twitter, I see Godfrey's over there. Hopefully you already follow this guy here. I'm put this link in the chat here for you. Paste that there. You might not be able to see that link on your Twitter. Let me go post it in the Twitter thing here also for you real quick here. But there's that thing in there for you there, Godfrey's. Do I need to put it in the Twitter, or do you already follow him? I'll put it in the Twitter for you also. It just takes a little time here. Hold your horses. There it comes. Please follow him over there. I'd appreciate it. All right. And let's go see what else we got in the world of the bookmarks. Hey, Tahiti, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing good. I saw you were giving somebody some good information the other day in some chat or something like that, some research or something you were posting or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you did a good job. Priya Patel, is that the daughter of the king? But the Jesus is who she means there, but what she probably also means is daughter of Kash Patel, I believe.
Support voter ID. Voter ID has officially made it on the ballot this November in California. Over 1.35 million signatures were turned in, which is way over what we needed to get it on the ballot. Californians spoke loud and clear. But now Sacramento Democrats are pulling every dirty trick in the book, trying to block it, invalidate signatures, and deprive you of your right to vote on it. Why? Because they know the vast majority of Californians support voter ID. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, everybody. Even most Democrat voters support voter ID, but the politicians, they don't, because they need to be able to cheat and steal elections. Here's exactly what this constitutional amendment does. When someone goes to vote in person, they will have to present a government-issued photo ID. When you mail in a ballot, you'll have to write down the last 4 digits of your government ID. And if you don't have an ID, the state will give you a free voter ID card. Citizenship will be verified using government records, voter rolls will be cleaned every year, and the state auditor will ensure compliance on all of these fronts. There will be no exceptions. You either vote legally and with an ID, or you don't vote at all. But of course, Sacramento Democrats are already losing their mind and trying to kill this initiative before you even have the chance to vote on it. They killed the bill in the legislature, AB 25, in April of last year, then passed a law banning cities from requiring their own voter ID, then sued Huntington Beach all the way up to
this is California. She's not even talking about the U.S. one.
The Supreme Court for requiring voter ID in 2024. AG Rob Bonta and SOS Shirley Weber say that voter ID solves a problem that doesn't exist and would strip eligible voters, which we all know is untrue. The ACLU and League of Women's Voters are now claiming that this is suppression because they've pivoted from saying blacks and browns are too stupid to get an ID to now women are too dumb to get an ID. And now State Assembly member Carl DeMaio has dropped
pretty simple
the receipts on all of their dirty tricks. 1, they're going to try and scrub it.
It's like, are they too dumb to Google how to do something? I'm going to Google, how do I get my ID with my name on it if I got married and changed names? You know, pretty hard to type that in the system and then go do what it tells you to do.
And disqualify our signatures and sue this thing off the ballot. 2, they're going to slap a fake and confusing title and summary on it so you don't even know what you're voting for. And 3, they'll drop a phony competing measure just to split the vote and confuse Californians. And don't believe it for a second when they scream and shove it down our throats that there's no voter fraud in California. There was literally a dog that voted in 2 of our elections. Democrats need illegal aliens voting and the ability to cheat to keep their stronghold on California. This is our chance to root out the fraud and make our elections legal and fair once again. Voter ID has officially made it on the ballot this November in California. I
didn't see this yet. Banner Navarro claims both Clinton and President Trump should testify over Epstein. But Jason Rance fires back that Biden DOJ had 4 years and brought no charges against the former.
Shame on Mary. And I think that if they're going to haul the Clintons' asses in to testify, then they should haul Trump's as well, because he knew Epstein incredibly well for over a decade. They were best friends.
They had 4 years to do that. They chose not to because they didn't find any specific evidence that tied them.
Shame on Merrick Garland. I think Merrick Garland didn't act. I think.
Why didn't he act?
Because he was afraid of his own shadow. Because he was afraid of his own reputation and of being seen as too political.
Okay,
that,
but
I mean, we saw.
Too political.
So everyone else.
This is the guy that prosecuted Joe
went after
Biden's
Donald
son.
Trump.
This is the guy who appointed a special
just Merrick
counsel.
Garland didn't. I
Merrick Garland was too worried about his own reputation.
Is it possible
he should have acted.
that he didn't act because there wasn't actually
By the way,
a crime
you know what?
that was
Bring him
committed by
into
Donald
Congress
Trump?
and
Is
ask
that
him
possible?
She doesn't want to hear the truth. She never wants to hear the truth.
Let me ask you a
Is that
question.
possible?
Is it also
It's not possible. So you say that Donald Trump committed a crime.
No, I'm not saying that Donald Trump committed a
But
crime.
I'm asking you, is it possible that they actually did look at the documentation? The Biden administration, which obviously had reason to go after Donald Trump, they didn't find anything, and that's the reason why they didn't bring it up.
And they didn't release it. Why they didn't release it? Because Merrick Garland made a mistake, and he too should ask.
But you want to say it's
Trump
possible that he didn't
administration
commit a crime.
also, by
I don't
that
know
same
that if he
logic,
committed a
have
crime or not.
Fake news.
And I think that
fake news. I don't think that's worthwhile. Here's another conversation.
Stand for America. I mean, I stand for
most Democrats did not stand.
I stand for Americans over non-citizens, and so do all of my colleagues. But just because it's not the Galactic Senate, just because the Emperor says rise doesn't mean I get up. Like I'm a different.
You rose sometimes.
And a thing like that, you need to rise or raise your hand or something at least.
I'm a different branch of government. I rose for the heroes that were in the gallery, not because the president.
But not for the other point. I mean, you rose because, and thank you for rising. I think in those cases that this is an easy moment to be united, whether it's around Team USA or it's around any of the people who were featured there. But that's sending a message that you agree with the statement or the sentiment, and you chose not to stand.
And I stand.
What they could have done is stand really briefly, just kind of like not gonna stay with him too long or something like that. That would have been a decent way to do it, but they couldn't even do that. Angela Rose again here.
The typical kind of pre-scripted quotes.
In London.
They look like paid protesters. They all have the same exact sign.
Protect our kids! No, they ain't. They're calling us racist, saying that illegal immigrants should be housed here.
Okay. They think illegal immigrants should be housed in this hotel, and these people are like, no. English for Englanders.
99.9% of them are men. We're paying serious money.
Most of them are men that came here as migrants. Interesting that they didn't bring their women and children with them.
They live in this borough. For them to come in, walk into the borough like it's nothing.
If they're really coming here because they're scared, then why is it only men on the boats? Why is it only working age men on the boats? There's no women and children on the boats.
So, Jack, you're taking off on X. What's that like?
It's great. It's amazing. It's good to see so many interactions, and more than not just me. It's getting the news out about what's happening here. About obviously this hotel becoming an asylum hotel, where obviously the risk is we're going to have people from countries who are so much more likely to sexually assault women and girls. Recently, the government has been bringing in people from Afghanistan who are 22 times more likely than British nationals to.
I figure out how they do that with using the cell phone as the microphone for the camera that's over there. I'm like,
actually be convicted for sexual assault in this country. And obviously this is all being paid for at the behest of the British taxpayer. Recently we found it was £2 billion it's going to...
Put a 1 if you're in the chat, put a 2 if you're a lurker, put a 3 if you're an alien.
Take for the asylum hotels, which over the year is basically the cost of 285,000 people's net contributions over the course of the year, which is the city the size of Newcastle.
Britain is waking up now.
Isn't it funny when you do knife crime, there's no police officers?
Yeah, Britain is waking up.
There's never any police
I need your glove.
around.
Yeah, I know, right.
England's starting to wake up there a lot, slowly but surely, but there's still so many people there that are like pro-migrant and, you know, we are the world, you know, it's like, nah, you are a country, a sovereign country.
I'll be over at literally half past. I'll come off at
That's so ridiculous. Yeah, they're here to protect from you. I mean, you just look so intimidating.
And I'll still be.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Okay, yeah, Nicholas, if you say so. How you doing?
All right, trying this.
I'll always do this when I switch between the stuff. More CNN. I don't know why I'm watching so much CNN right now. Let's see what they have to say.
Questions that people have that maybe could
Oh, that's why it's Luna.
be answered in general is if they had access to the full trove of documents. What questions do you have?
What I will tell you is I'm going to be asking them names. From the beginning, we've been asking them for names of people that engaged in the trafficking and the assault of minors. That is the sole focus, I think, and point of this investigation. Also, if there is ever any other criminal misconduct and wrongdoing. Part of the reason why you're seeing some of the redactions and some of the most egregious emails that I've actually started to post about.
Questions that people have that maybe could be answered in general.
Pretty simple. Go after the people that did wrong things. You can sort of don't have to bring out all the stuff that didn't do wrong things. You know, if they didn't do anything illegal and they just kind of were on an island sunning themselves, they could probably stay off the books or something like that and say this person was there, but they had no crimes, no criminal activity, but they went to the island. Maybe it looks bad to somebody that they're employed by or something like that, but no crimes. And then go after the people that did commit crimes. How hard is this to understand?
Homeless crisis. Let's start with this business right here. It recently went under. It was this very famous, amazing pizza shop. It's now completely filled with homeless camps. Very quickly, when a business goes under, it's a great opportunity for the homeless.
Hey, Brett, how you doing? Nice to see you. I always watch Kevin Dahlgren kind of talking about the Portland homeless situation, you know?
To kind of take over. So that's just one of the sad realities of this neighborhood. It's a young lady behind me curled up in a ball on Foster.
Foster is out that way, yeah. Single woman in a car with a mask on. It's not 2020, lady. It was even silly in 2020. Very silly in 2026. He just did that for the fun of it, didn't he? Portland protesting weird. Portland Parks and Recreation. Which park is this? Not at Foster area. I don't know that area very well. Look, the cart fulls of garbage pretty much. Sad, so sad. It just goes on and on out in this Foster and Delta Park areas further north. It's graffiti, vandalism everywhere. Yeah, just no matter where you go. And the least the city should be able to do somehow or another, you know, is have a garbage patrol go by this area. You know, they've got the different companies that have waste management type stuff. Just have them, you know, have the city do it. pay them or whatever, but clean up things that are obvious garbage from these areas. Like, all right, homeless person, we're not going to take your things that you think are important to you, but we're going to take the garbage that looks like it's really garbage out of your area. Sad. But follow Kevin Dahlgren out there if you haven't done that already. Shout out to him there. Not going to pick on Quincy, but he doesn't do these shout outs here. See how I'm putting the shout out in the chat right there? Let you guys know to go follow him right there. Quincy's a nice guy and everything, but all he does is say, go follow him. Like, what's his handle? I don't know what his handle is or anything like that. I literally give you the handle in the chat there so you know exactly where to go. But he does okay at shout outs. He could do better. There we go. Go back to the previous one here. And that was that one. Oh, and then Haley, 20 hours ago, she was out at CVS here in Portland, there, downtown Portland. So let's see what was going on here with Haley's situation after I read what offense. Robert Carradine passed away. Oh, really? Wait. You're going to make me look this up here. Oops. David Carradine was the Kung Fu guy, right? Oh, Robert Carradine. He was the other guy, kind of more of a funny guy. Was he in one of my favorite sitcoms lately? Died February 23rd, a few days ago. Let me see some other images here. It doesn't look like some younger images here. Oh yeah, he was the Revenge of the Nerds guy. Is that the only thing he was really known for the most part? I see him standing next to his brother, but yeah. Okay, I wasn't much into the Revenge of the Nerds movies. I saw them later on or something, but at the time, yeah, that was the only thing that he was really in. I think his brother probably took care of him financially, I would imagine. Was Jamie Lee Curtis in Revenge of the Nerds also? I see a lot of her picture next to him. Anyway, interesting stuff. Yeah, David's his brother, yeah. Kung Fu guy. Also Kill Bill or whatever, but I didn't like that movie. I did not like Kill Bill. I liked the action and things like that in the movie, but I didn't like the title of the movie. 1 or 2. Oops. Here, I hit the wrong button.
The downtown CVS right across from Pioneer Courthouse is shutting down on March 5th. Now, officially, they blame local market dynamics and population shifts, like fewer people living and shopping there post-pandemic. Now, there's no direct word from CVS on crime or drugs, but locals aren't shocked.
I've seen a lot of theft here. Yeah. And what they do is they basically just come in, take whatever they want, and they run.
I wouldn't doubt it. He probably would have named it Unalive Tommy or something like that, you know.
Run out because they can easily either overpower the person that's the clerk or whoever's working here, or they know that clerk can't read.
Sorry if that's coming through mono for some reason.
People. Anyway, yeah, and I've seen it happen countless times, and I'm really bummed out because it's like one of the few places close to, I live down here, and it's one of the few places that's left that I can go to for everyday things.
Empty storefronts, for lease signs everywhere. At this point, most of the shelves are completely empty. I asked a few of the shoppers and homeless what the quality of shopping was like just a few months prior. Your basic necessities like cleaner, toothpaste, candy, all locked up. You have to push a button
Just get your disinfectants.
to request customer service for pretty much anything in the entire store. Portland is bleeding out. Yet the city continues to say that we're fine. The economy of the rest of the state is thriving, but Portland is not. Is this really what recovery looks like?
Okay. Yeah, maybe the other one is who I'm thinking of was more of a comedian. I mean, yeah, the Robert was in that movie there, but I thought there was like another one that was in the family that was kind of more of a comedian type guy, sort of. I can't remember his name now.
Bernie,
I mean, what happened there?
Bernie and I just don't see eye to eye. You know, he's a socialist that I have no respect for. You keep in mind, right before Christmas, I had a bill that was unanimous consent. Republicans, Democrats, everybody was supporting it, and it was to give kids a chance, kids with terminal illness, to have a chance to have experimental drugs to have access to. And Bernie Sanders came out there and blocked it. Why? Because he had some socialist healthcare program. It was more important to him. In this case right here, he had just railed off saying that Republicans were responsible for expensive health care. And I was like, ACA climbed 3 times faster, affordable health care, 3 times faster than inflation.
But Bernie Sanders
that was your
doesn't
baby.
like that.
Yeah,
he does not like the ACA.
But he voted for it, and
Famously
He voted for it. He voted for it. If he didn't like it, why did he vote for it? You may not agree 100% with it, but
he's voted for it every time it came up, and he continues to protect it. But he wants universal health care. He wants socialized health care. I'm just not for that. And I can get along with anybody. I can get along with you. I can get along with I mean, I can get along with most Democrats, as long as I feel like you believe in that flag, that it's the most beautiful flag in the world as I do, and not want to change it to a socialist government.
I just think some people might see that exchange and say, well, Bernie Sanders, I mean, like him or not, agree with him or not, I mean, he has fought to bring down healthcare costs.
And he has done zero.
And zero success in 50 years. So he has fought for it, but he has done nothing to do it. It's like, I should look up Vermont healthcare costs and see how he's done anything for his own state by chance. Smash that like button. Yeah, Ryan, thank you. How are we doing, guys? You guys aren't chatting so much, even though there's like 24 alleged humans in the chat. You guys aren't chatting so much. So do I need to give you guys something to chat about? What was your... Well, I didn't do a poll today either. Usually I get a poll to help you guys get more chatting type things going on. What is not a whole lot of crazy news to talk about today. Anyway, there's still interesting. Thank you. You're still tired. I appreciate you guys are just still chilling with me. I'll give you a little background music if it helps you. Of course, that might put you to sleep too.
I mean,
I think that the reality is that an act like the SAVE Act is very...
It's probably a good level, but for me, it's too loud. Is on that one there. Here's a Democrat that doesn't understand, a young Democrat that has a bad take on what Republicans are.
Very likely more aimed at voter suppression and at keeping key demographics that the Republican Party does not want voting to not show out and vote. I think very often minority demographics.
That's not true.
No.
So this is the thing where That's the not true. suggestion is it's going to keep the black vote down. I've got 2 black panelists here. Ajwa? That's not Do you have ID and proof of citizenship? Yeah, and if I need a copy of my birth certificate, it's just a matter of going online or going up to the department and asking for it and showing my information to get it. I mean, to...
She wants to say, but she's just going to be nice, but she wanted to say, what you said was one of the most racist things somebody could say, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say something nicer.
Say that it would negatively affect the minority group because they're somehow not educated enough to get these documents is completely outrageous. Annie?
in my opinion, this should not be a controversial issue. We should
all agree on that.
Well said, well said. Actually, I already watched that. It wasn't as good as it should have been. E. Waitley says he was removed from Grapevine Mills Mall for wearing a Christian T-shirt and handing out small Jesus figures. Security allegedly told him Jesus is not allowed in the mall. I think, is it a him or a he? Anyway, somebody's getting escorted out. Or she.
For passing out Jesuses.
You got my name on that, Julian?
For passing out Jesuses. At Grapevine Mills
She's
Mall.
wearing what black pants? She's over there by Saks Fifth Avenue right now.
I'm leaving.
She's handing out, what do you call them? You know, just those little notes people hand out that say, Jesus is your Lord or something like that. Tracks. Yeah, little tracks, basically.
Through Neiman's. I'll be telling them I'm leaving through Neiman's.
She was uncooperative and she's
uncooperative.
Uncooperative.
I advise her that with his policy,
I'm uncooperative.
She can hand out Jesus little dolls and Jesus little trinkets.
Jesus little thing. What the heck? These people are just something. Hey, Sterling, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing good. Would this happen at Washington Square Mall or Clackamas Town Center? It definitely would have happened at Lloyd Center if it was open, you know, but if somebody was handing out Jesus tracts or something like that and had a I Love Jesus shirt on, would they be escorted out of one of those malls? Maybe not Clackamas Town Center, but probably Washington Square Mall, I would think. Just, you know, the west side, how they are.
But I advise her about the small policy.
He didn't really do that. He didn't do that at all.
I'm with her right now. She's recording me. I mean, that's us.
This is kind of corny, this situation here. Yeah, a bit of a trend. Recording their stream video. Reversing their stream video. Oh, I see. Well, she's doing a face thing there. She wants to see what she sees or whatever, and that's there might be a mirror option in the app, whatever she's using there. I guess she's using Instagram here, so yeah, it's just one of those things that it does it there. I was wondering if anybody was going to notice that.
Yeah, it's fine because it's in public. Yeah. Just gives Paul Blart.
She said it too.
I'm gonna be in my North Face right now.
With Paul Blart. Paul Blart, the mall cop, who says Jesus is not allowed in the mall.
I'm recording you as well, man.
Okay, good.
Okay. Who's the Karen in the story? Who's the Karen? In this case, the person you think would be the Karen is not the Karen. The Karen is the security cop.
I don't really care.
That way we can just after next time or do they have to because they know it's their policy. It's not my policy.
No, it's not your policy.
Is this evidently the store's policy that you don't want Jesus even mentioned in the store?
Not the way that a Christian would act.
Not the way a Christian would act? What is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, a Christian would not hand out Jesuses in the mall. That makes sense. Life. It's funny, isn't it? Somebody with a little bit too much power. Maybe he hates Jesus. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It's crazy. If you guys want to see that, Brandon Straka has that one there, but you saw the Instagram EK Waitley on that one. Actually, I'm going to see if I can follow that one. Just if you guys want to follow my Instagram, you can do that also, but I'm just going to add that to my Instagram people there. There it is. EK Waitley. EK Waitley. Search. There it is. EK. That's probably the right one. Yeah, that's her. There we go. Followed. She has 6,000 followers. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Well, this is interesting here, too. Did you guys see this the other day? Honey Badger got this recording from a 911 call. Here's a story of out of Oregon Police, OPB, where they obtained 911 call audio of an ICE officer asking for police assistance in Portland. He was being followed and his car being attacked by a male on an electronic bike while in traffic. The 911 operator cautions him to not to leave his vehicle so they don't get into a dispute. Just let them keep attacking his car, I guess is what he wanted. This is the kind of situation local and state leaders have been encouraging all along. Very dangerous situation for everyone involved, including passersby. No word on whether or not officers arrested anyone. Here we go.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Northeast Crowley and Prescott.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling from in case we get disconnected? And tell me exactly what happened.
Yeah, that the mall situation or something like that. Yeah, they probably would have got trespassed. I mean, she was getting trespassed there. I'm guessing just a temporary trespass, but I'm guessing if that happened in Oregon or Washington, would have been a week-long trespass or something like that.
Kid is punching my window. I need assistance right now. Nice.
Okay.
He's following me.
Are you?
But that was California, I'm guessing, anyway, based on the fact that it said Grapevine. There's an area called Grapevine in northern Los Angeles.
Stopped?
No, not anymore. Prescott, Prescott, Northeast 62nd.
Okay, and is he following you in a vehicle or on foot?
Bike, in the motorized bike. He just broke my window.
Also notice the accent of the ICE agents. Are you noticing the Spanish accent of the ICE agents? Interesting, though, that, you know, half of Border Patrol and ICE agents are not white, just FYI.
I've never.
Okay, and when you say kid, about how old is he?
He's, I don't know, about 20 years old.
Okay.
Passing 65th, going on Northeast. I can't go that side, there's too much cars.
Okay, why is he punching your car?
Well, I work for ICE, I guess.
Why is there a pause? Why is there a pause, and why was that question asked? Why is he punching your car? Like, nobody should be supposed to be punching in a car, period. There's no kind of good reason for it. And then why is there a pause right there when he says that he works for ICE?
He's still following me.
Okay, let me contact my supervisor to ask what I'm supposed to say next, because you're an ICE agent and my city does not like you here. So I want to see if my supervisor says they can keep doing what they're doing.
Does he have any weapons?
I don't know, but he has a big jacket on. I need someone here now, or else I'm going to have to shoot this kid.
Okay.
Oh. Hurry up. This kid's over here by the goddamn window again.
I'm getting the information sent over to the officers. I'm just trying to get that over to them while you're still on the line with me.
He's on my window now.
Yeah, it's a 911 call that OPB got. I'm not sure what the officer said earlier, but if this guy keeps doing this, he's going to do something to the guy or whatever, I'm guessing. Oh, he has a less lethal nearby.
He's at your window again?
Yeah, he just threatened me now, so.
Can you get yourself safely away?
I'm trying. There's too much traffic here. I'm gonna have to ask him to see.
Officials of the Department of Homeland Security did not respond to OPB's questions about whether they were aware of the incident or the officer's current standing in the agency.
Right now.
Are you getting out of your vehicle?
I'm gonna have to now.
Why? You can drive away.
He can't drive away. He just got through saying this. He's got traffic all around him. Are you an idiot?
We have officers en route to you. I don't want you guys getting into any more of a dispute.
I just want him to keep attacking your car and threatening you and things like that. And I'm not going to give you an ETA of when the police officers are going to get there to help you out. Lousy 911 call. Lousy. Not sure if there's any update on that particular situation there, but that was bizarre. Let me just see if their chat has any updates there. Audios from OPB, Oregon Public Broadcasting. Nothing updated on that. Here's what this guy had to say after the State of the Union the other day. Complete idiot.
Hey, I just walked out of the State of the Union. That was some crazy speech. An hour and 45, 50 minutes of just grievance. Donald Trump used most of that time, most of it, to try to further divide us as a nation.
As you're the one that sat down when he was tell the nation to be divided on what the primary responsibility of Congress was, and you sat down. Don't tell us about dividing a nation when you sat down when you had a chance to unite the nation.
It was angry. It was wasn't what I expect of a president. I mean, we've had 250 years of people that have held this office.
Exactly. Like you didn't force them to sit. They chose to sit down when the question was raised, you know. These same people are the same ones that at the Democrats debate or whatever, they all raised their hands when they said they wanted to give illegal aliens free healthcare. Remember that one? Every single one of them raised their hands at that one debate. Biden, Bernie Sanders, and all the other ones. Who here is willing to give illegal aliens free healthcare, or some question like that?
A long line of great Americans of both parties who often use that opportunity to bring the country together. And, you know, Donald Trump just chose to do the
you mean the fact that the country is 80+% in favor of IDs to be able to vote? That's a pretty together kind of thing that he was advertising there. He wasn't dividing them by saying, nah, it's okay, you don't have to have ID to vote. That would have been a divisive thing to do. But you guys in Congress, Democrats, are the ones that are pushing that dividing thing that, no, it's racist, it's sexist to require an ID.
Opposite. There were some moments, you know, I really, you know, the honoring of veterans and service members, you know, I think was one of the positive parts of this, especially the 2 Medal of Honor winners. But other than that, I think this was a incredibly disappointing and low point, if there can be one, in this president's time in office.
How did Arizona vote for this guy? How did Arizona vote for a guy like this? Ridiculous. Oh, I know why they voted for him. Because he went into space. That must make him qualified because he went into space. Goodness gracious. I'm tired of the people that get these participation trophy things from senators. Like, oh, this person did this. This person's black. They should go be president. This person went to space. They should be senator. Did they do anything in their lives? You know, that kind of is related to the job that they want.
Pelosi's office to give her the distinguished honor. I'm very excited. She actually won an award. It is
Nancy Pelosi.
the Best Insider Trading Award. Obviously, it goes to.
I was curious if they look into, if Arizona looks deep into not just the presidential election, they should look into those Senate elections that were pretty close too. Did he run against the Kari Lake, or was that the other senator? Anyway, that was one of them.
Nancy Pelosi. She's made millions and millions of dollars off of insider trading during her time in Congress. And I just thought that we should commemorate that by dropping this off. Knock, knock. Hi, how are y'all? I'm really excited. I just want you guys to know that Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi has won an award, Best Insider Trading. Where are you going? Guys, this is really exciting stuff. Hi. Well, I just wanted to drop this off. She won an award. Can I drop this off for her? Why not? It's a really distinguished award. Millions of dollars of taxpayer money. I would pop the champagne, but she already drank it. You don't want this? Are you sure? Millions of dollars. I'll just leave it here, just in case.
That's funny stuff. You did so good at it. The Biden FBI under Christopher Wray obtained phone records from Kash Patel and Susie Wiles in 2022 and 2023, while both of them were private citizens. Interesting. Leading to Jack Smith's witch hunt against Trump. Interesting.
Staff Susie Wiles.
The FBI Director Kash Patel out with an allegation that the prior FBI obtained his phone records, and not only his. What can you tell us about that?
Right, this has been breaking in the last hour or so. We are told that, according to Kash Patel, the FBI director, the prior bureau leadership obtained his phone records and phone records to current White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles back in 2022 and 2023. This eventually led into the Jack Smith special counsel investigation into then.
Which is weird because back in 2022, 2023, Susie Wiles was working for the DeSantis's campaign, right? So what did she have to do with Trump back then? Not a whole lot. Maybe they knew each other, but at first she was trying to get DeSantis elected.
Former President Donald Trump. We're told that some of these records are just toll records, which don't have specific information other than times and dates. They don't have the actual content of calls. But two sources in the FBI say that Susie Wiles' attorney agreed to be recorded by FBI agents in 2023. She did not agree. We've reached out to her for comment. FBI Director Patel, in a statement to Fox News, calls this outrageous and deeply disturbing. And I will add, Brett, that we are told at least 10 Bureau employees have been fired just today over this incident.
Ooh, saying that somebody said something that they didn't say, yeah, that would be a lie by the FBI. Even though they tried, the deep state teams trying to get other people to say that they lied, General Flynn, among others.
With more potentially to come. Right.
Okay, we'll continue to dig into it. David Spun on Capitol Hill.
She's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing good to giving you guys some news here once in a while. What else we got? Here's a little bit of fun news here, I guess you could say.
As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information. They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
So funny. They do a good job. Diaper Diplomacy is the channel there on Twitter if you guys want to follow that one there. Good channel. Good for comedy. Middle school girl was beaten for refusing to condemn ICE. Why aren't the media talking about this? February 25th. I don't really want to show this, but I'll just preface it by saying that it was a mutual situation here, possibly, you know.
To me that we will get $1 million showing a 13-year-old girl being beaten in the head after 2 other girls asked her if she
Keep in mind, we don't know the context to what happened before the contact here.
supported ICE, and she refused to answer the question. Then the video of it was put on social media and passed around the school. Now, the victim said it started because her boyfriend posted on social media that he might want to become an ICE officer one day. And it's fascinating to me that we will get
Her boyfriend, not even her. Wow.
1,000,001 national stories about a woman getting yanked out of her car for obstructing an ICE operation, and we will get crickets about this. And can I just point out that these kids are responsible for their own actions and they should be treated like it, but this is a middle school.
Not even a high school.
School kids don't beat each other over government policies unless their parents and their teachers have convinced them that that's the right response. This is what
Dropped the mic.
happens when you tell kids to go march in the street and take up arms because they're fighting Nazis, that the Gestapo is coming after them, that anyone who disagrees with you is a fascist.
You've heard all these before, right, guys?
They're kids. They believe you. And we've watched them violently assault multiple people over this because the left has convinced them that that's okay and that they should.
Was it their teachers or their parents that have kind of convinced them, or a combination of the two, probably in a lot of cases? They're ICE is bad, ICE is bad, and they get it so stuck in their heads that anybody who says ICE is good becomes a fascist, you know? It's crazy. Very disgusting. Very disgusting.
This is sick. These kids are sick. The adults that have convinced them to do this are unhinged.
Notice how she says adults because, you know, parents or teachers or administration.
And the media that lies about it, twists the narrative, and ignores stuff like this are liars. And you should all be ashamed of yourselves, assuming you have any shame left at all.
Well said, well said, well said. Brittany Hughes. Do I follow her?
So fair warning, this one's a little graphic.
Let's see what else we got. Oops, back here, sorry. I knew there was something pretty wrong with this man. New Hampshire Representative Catherine, somebody reminds senators that former Republican Stacey Laughlin, now convicted child sex offender, was allowed in this state house women's room. Craziness.
I am concerned about bathrooms. A few terms ago, we had to share a bathroom with a trans-identified.
Yeah, speed it up a little bit here.
Man, I didn't say anything. I just got through it. Okay, I knew there was something pretty wrong with this man. I could sense it. And then he was convicted recently because he encouraged his girlfriend to take pictures of toddlers at the, sexually explicit pictures of toddlers at the daycare where the girlfriend was employed. But that's not right. I'm sick of doing that, and I avoid using the bathroom at the State House. Do I want Representative Ward to use the men's room? Yeah, that'd be fine. I would prefer if Representative Ward used the men's room or a private space, a third option. Yes. Yes.
Marissa, you're a moderator for somebody. Who are you a moderator for? Not that I mind. I remember Portland Andy, right? Somebody, anyway. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
I would. Okay. I've been around the block a few times. I know what I'm talking about. There is something going on, and there is something that we should pay attention to. And I would like to live in a society where I can tell the truth about what I see in front of me when I see it.
I was right. Wow.
I don't want to go through a situation where I have to put up with Representative Lawton in the bathroom when I know there's something wrong with the man. All right, a former representative. We all know that man.
Former representative. Wow.
And I did know somebody who started a woman who started taking testosterone. I could hear it in the voice within about a week. Okay, I can tell, and we can tell when people are not female. We can tell by looking at them. We can tell by the gait. We can tell by the jaw. We can tell by the voice. We can tell by the shoulders. It is really important for women to stay safe in our society, to be able to determine those things. And I feel like we're going backwards there. Okay, for women to be safe and to avoid being sexually assaulted, they have to know when they're in the presence of a man and when they're not. And I feel like I'm being gaslit when people are saying, "Oh, you can never tell." That's not true. I mean, there are probably times when I can't tell. That's probably true that there are times, but most of the time I can. Anybody could test me and say, "Am I not?" I think I'd do pretty well with it because I'm so sensitive to that issue because I've had to be to stay safe for so long. That was my entire life.
If you had a decent dad, yeah, you know how to tell the difference between biological male and a biological female.
That's what I had to do. I am concerned about.
This book is okay. He's reading out of a book and everything. It's kind of an inappropriate book. And watch how the adults at this little council meeting say that's inappropriate.
To that age-appropriate question and to what we want to invest in for our culture, I guess I look at some of the books that we're seeing commonly implemented in our libraries. We see, I actually went this morning and found This Book is Gay from some of our local libraries. Many of the libraries that testified here today do have it in stock on their shelves, recommended in the teen section as young as 12 years old. And this book, among other things, it recommends to young children how to flirt in gay bars. It recommends to children how to enter into non-consensual sexual relationships. And I'll read here, oral sex is popping another dude's peen in your mouth.
Inappropriate stuff there. I'm just going to.
Okay, Chair. Thank you.
Oh, this isn't appropriate for this committee? This isn't appropriate for this committee?
We don't need to read. We need to.
This committee?
We don't need. Madam Chair. Thank you.
Oh, this isn't appropriate for this committee? Letting any guy come in your mouth is safe sex.
Okay.
No.
Madam Chair. Thank you.
Oh, this isn't appropriate for this committee?
We don't
Yeah, they're trying to interrupt him.
need to read items that actually, it's not the things that you're reading that are inappropriate. You got your clippable moment. Maybe we can just move on.
It just seems absurd that this is appropriate for a 12-year-old, but not for the senators in this committee, but I will take it.
He got his clippable moment, yep. And nice to see you, Snooks. How are we doing? Nice to see you. Hips don't lie. Oh, as far as man hips versus women hips and things like that. Yeah, I can imagine that, yeah. Although some guys probably wish they had thinner hips, but it's beside the point. At this moment, the price of gasoline in California is $4.63 a gallon. It's by far the highest in the nation. It's 23 cents higher than Hawaii, an island state. It's also $1.65 higher than Maryland, a bluer state than California. Our state's energy prices are uniquely harmful.
Right. Mr. Speaker, over the last month, gas prices in California have risen by about 40 cents. This is very different from what's going on elsewhere in the country. In fact, right now, gas prices in California average $4.63, where the national average is $2.97. California's gas prices are by far the highest in the country. They're 23 cents higher than the next highest state, Hawaii, which of course is an island state. And lest you think this is strictly a matter of red states versus blue states or Democrat versus Republican policies, take a look at folks not far from here in Maryland are paying for gas. In Maryland, the state average is actually $2.98, $1.65 cheaper than in California. And here are examples of a gas station in California and a gas station in Maryland. Now, Maryland is actually a bluer state than California is. And so the reason our citizens in California have to pay so much is because of the uniquely bad policies that we have in California, such as the highest in the nation gas tax, such as a so-called cap and trade program, such as regulations around the fuel mix that make it incredibly difficult to source. All of this has caused two refineries to now leave our state, which is going to spike gas prices even more. Indeed, it has recently been reported.
You get the idea on that one there. I was going to try to play this, but I looked at the face. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. She thinks my daughter should compete against 6'4" males pretending to be females in high school basketball. My daughter should get in their faces, put her hands up, and box them out. Her pronouns are somebody, somebody, somebody. What the heck?
So there is a discussion to be had about gender identity and understanding of what it means to be part of the LGBTQ community. I started playing basketball and softball before I had working memory. And if you need advice on how to play against people who are bigger than you, I could give.
Not people, males that are always going to be bigger than females. I think it's related to the hips thing that we were talking about earlier. The bigger hips or something. Anyway, guys are always taller than women. That's, when you're trying to play basketball, it sounds like here that's obviously an advantage.
You some advice because I played post, and that means I was playing against the 5'10", 6'2" girls in my division. You gotta get in their faces. You gotta get your hands up there. You gotta box them out so that when they go for the rebound, they go over your back. So in sports, you can get hurt. And sure, we should concern ourselves about safety as much as possible. Absolutely. But to say that trans female athletes are inherently more physically dangerous.
Yes, they are. Can cause more danger to the women out there because muscle mass, because of height, hips, everything, Yes. Stronger bone structure, I think, also.
To biological female athletes is quite frankly absurd.
She even use the quotes. Are you kidding me? Look at this nonsense. Showing pictures to kind of get the point across, There we go. Yeah, so hoping somebody bring up more, 50% more muscle mass, larger lung capacity. Testosterone is a performance enhancer. Yeah.
If you could wrap it up.
And with that, I'll just say, in addition to being a student athlete throughout my educational career, I am an educator. I am part of the LGBTQ community.
And you're not smart. Scarlett Johnson.
So there is a discussion to be had about gender identity and understanding of.
Somebody else to follow there. Kevin Dahlgren, one more walkthrough here of Portland's homeless situation and what the Democrat policies do to cities. Like what they do to the women in those situations there and what they allow to happen to the cities and people that live in them. Oh, yeah. Very well said, guys. Well said, guys. Sorry to bounce around at different kind of things or whatever. I just got to see whatever bookmarks there. One of these days, I'll get it more organized and have certain bookmarks, schedule them or whatever out. But I'm lazy. Look at that pile. It's a forest fire, a summer forest fire waiting to be lit right there. You guys are awesome to hang out with me. 30 people. This is after 5 o'clock, so you guys are getting off work on the East Coast or starting to get off work on the West Coast. Craziness out there. See if there's anything else going on in the world there, but covered most of the news there, but I probably missed some other news here. Let's do a quick refresh here. Black Rebel, he's been posting a lot more lately on his kind of stuff. Got a new hat because I'm special. Secret Service. Interesting. I don't think it's actually Secret Service, but care what that is. Advertisements I don't care about. Bill Cassidy called. I always like this Cassidy that does these interviews. Let's see what he said here.
Hey, Senator Cassidy.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. Hey, are you going to drop out of the race now that President Trump endorsed your opponent?
What a stupid guy.
That's not a stupid question, sir.
You didn't like that question. This guy looks upset.
Tell everybody what Trader Joe's slurs. It's
Yes,
absurd.
I am. Yeah, you guys. I call retarded people retarded. And I'm on the side of Trader Joe's.
Tell everybody what Trader Joe's you work at.
I work at the Trader Joe's on the Upper West Side, 96th Street, nigga. Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, weirdo.
Wow. It's Trader Joe's for life.
Yeah. You're that dropping the N-bomb.
I didn't use the R on that one there. Crazy white people out there, liberals that don't use their brains for anything but being stupid out there. But just FYI, this video uses fair use for the purpose of criticism, commentary, satire, news reporting, teaching, education, not to use the N-word if you're not a certain color, teaching, education, and research. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yeah, Trader Joe's for life. Do you guys have a store that you're a fan of for life or something like that, besides McDonald's or something like that? Like, oh, Walmart for life. Well, I did used to go to Kmart and things like that back in the day, but that was only because they had the Atari set up and everything. You can go in there and play Atari all day long if you wanted to. But that's the only thing I liked about the Kmart back in the day. What? Ron Wyden was with the frogs. I didn't see this one yet. BCP posted this recently.
We are rocking this town. Better.
This guy's gotten millions of dollars. He's one of the highest net worth guys and everything in Congress and everything. Ron Wyden, Senator of Oregon here, even though he doesn't really have a business or anything like that, but somehow his net worth has skyrocketed since he's been in Senate.
Virtual town hall meeting a little bit ago, but we talked about the frogs, and boy, they are rocking this town. Let's give them a round of applause. So the day we heard Trump was deploying troops to Portland, we rushed over to the ICE facility because
you didn't show up at the ICE facility for about a month or two after the protest started, and you showed up during the daytime. I remember this, and had about 4 or 5 bodyguards around you at the time also, and gave a 2-minute speech and left. I don't think you would say you rushed over there at that time there, buddy. You didn't rush over there. You made a quick little in and out thing and didn't do anything. So yeah, don't lie to your audience.
On Trump's Truth Social, we expected to just see a violent mob, but apparently one guy.
Because you didn't show up there, even when those days you showed up there, if you had waited 6 hours on a Friday or Saturday night, you would have seen a violent mob, but you knew not to show up then to see that violent mob. You absolute fake.
In a chicken costume is what Trump considers a war zone. For weeks, social media was flooded with these wonderful patriots. Videos of unicyclers, naked bike riders.
Seriously. Public naked bike riders are okay for you in a city with children. Are you saying this out loud?
The guy in the chicken suit. The guy in the chicken suit. And a whole lot of frogs. No war zone to be found, friends.
Oh, the guy in the chicken suit that's kind of... Was he there for one of the insurrections or both of the insurrections? I think he was there for the first insurrection, that when they took over City Hall. I'm pretty sure chicken suit guy was there for that, and that he was in his chicken suit in front of a city council meeting in his chicken suit or banana suit, whatever the thing was. Is that a responsible person there to show up in a chicken suit at a city council meeting where you're trying to get your voice heard and not look like a silly goose? You guys say Alex Stein is silly when he dresses up at those meetings. Why won't you say that chicken suit guy is silly when he dresses up at those meetings?
When Donald Trump sent his agents to the street of Portland, we took on authoritarianism because we had the frogs and we won.
Authoritarianism. Yeah, you know about authoritarianism, don't you? I don't. You guys can watch what she said about her situation. We saw that. We saw almost everything there so far. Probably good information there, but I don't care. 20s. Oh, what? Interesting.
We're standing just steps away from where this incident reportedly happened. That student, Elmina Agayeva, who goes by Ellie, is from Azerbaijan, and here's what we know so far. She was detained at 6:30 this morning when ICE agents appeared at her dorm. DHS said her visa was revoked in 2016. Agayeva, who is a social media influencer, posted a photo of herself after she was taken, saying, "DHS illegally arrested me. Please help." As word spread of the incident, hundreds of protesters assembled, calling for the woman's release. This afternoon, New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani visited the White House for a meeting about housing policy where he shared his concerns with President Trump about the student's detainment. And hours later, she was released and returned to campus. She says that she is safe, but in complete shock over what happened. And university officials claim ICE misidentified itself to gain access to the building. Now, DHS refutes that. They say that officers showed their badges and verbally identified themselves. We're standing just steps away.
Well, I'm kind of curious. Did they have? Hopefully, they had their cams on or whatever. If they did identify themselves properly, I guess you got let out. Let's do one where Kevin Dahlgren one here. Let's interview here.
Well, my concern is you came from Nigeria. You've basically been homeless for a couple years in Oregon, and you haven't received any sort of real help.
No, I haven't.
And you actually said the help you want is you want a job.
Yeah.
Because you want to be productive.
Yeah.
You want to have a purpose, really.
Yeah.
You don't want just things handed to you, as you said. But that isn't really the way the system is set up.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
You know, it's almost like they want to keep you down and out.
How do you know that? That's so true.
It's true. Well, because I worked in the system for many years, and you're a perfect example of you're young, you're motivated. If someone gave you an opportunity to work, you would do it.
I would do it. I'm an entrepreneur. I make music. I make music with your phone. I can make music right now, using AI. I went to college in Nigeria. I did agriculture. Yeah, so my talent is music. You understand? So I make music back in Washington on a little studio. So try to even see you on your feet, like the group of people, some certain group of people break you down. It's like a big game. Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like a big game?
Yeah, it feels like a big game, like the Truman Show. I don't even see the movie.
What movie?
Truman Show.
What is
Truman Show? Like Truman, like TRO.
Come on, Kevin, you've seen it.
E the man, AMAN.
So you feel like you're in the Truman Show?
Holy shit, yeah.
that's tragically hilarious.
Yeah, it's crazy, I started loving my pain.
Yeah.
Because that was my experience, my life experience.
Well, all right. I don't think there's any other news out there, but covered most of the stuff there. A Manhattan DA drops assault charge against the guy for his role in assaulting officer during the massive Washington Square. Doggone it. They arrested him earlier today, and the DA, Alvin Bragg, or probably somebody next to Alvin Bragg, released the guy that threw the size of the snowball. Is that the snowball that's in his hand there that it's about to throw at somebody? Just one guy. They wouldn't even arrest one guy and keep him under wraps, or give him community service to shovel snow or something like that. They couldn't even do that. And it's not a snowball fight unless both sides agree to the snowball fight. This is snowball fight rules. The cops did not give consent to be attacked or whatever because they didn't throw snowballs back. Therefore, you should not keep throwing snowballs at them. And they let this guy go. And they let that other lady back or something like that. Maybe they didn't quite dot all their I's and cross their T's when they got her or something like that. It doesn't matter. She's illegally here. She walks across a public street next time, pick her up then and do it that way. Oh my goodness. We already saw that one. I'm not going to watch that nonsense. I'm not going to watch that nonsense. Oh, yeah, I don't care about that one. 42 minutes ago, 3 illegal aliens have just pleaded guilty to trafficking minors in Omaha in a ring connected to the Transgender. If ICE was allowed to do their jobs, this never would have happened. Exactly, Nick. Okay, that's a pretty popular video there, the one we just saw there when Nick Shirley was talking to Trader Joe guy here. Getting a lot of play on that one, looks like. Anything else going on out there? Nothing much that I can see. Deer across. I haven't seen any firearms range. No. It's a classic movie. Okay, we did enough here. Let me play some music here, guys, and then we'll try to come on later this evening and we'll do some reaction streams and we'll see if we can invite somebody on tonight or whatever. I'm going to send some invites and see if any of my buddies or something like that, or what's that one blonde-haired lady's name? You guys know it, that sometimes comes on the show. So let's see if the chat remembers who I'm talking about here. She's going to be mad that I forgot her name, even though I didn't forget her name. I'm just seeing if you guys remember her name. The blonde-haired lady that sometimes co-hosts for me. Come on. Who is it? Or somebody else. I'll ask BCP if he'll come on tonight too or something like that, but he's just going to make fun of me or something like that if he comes on. So I'm not sure if I want somebody to make fun of me if they're going to come on the show tonight. Here's the music for you here. I'll actually give you something to watch while you do the music there. I got to make more music or something like that, but let's just do Proud to Be a Boomer. Let's do this version.
Till the lights went dim, the streets were safe, the air was clean, the world didn't feel so grim. A nickel bought a soda, a dime a dream, but now the past feels far like a rushing stream. I'm proud to be a boomer, where at least I know I'm sane, though my knees may creak and my back complains. I'd gladly rise from my wheelchair, stand next to you, and I won't forget my medicine like I always do. We built the bridges, we paved the roads, we worked with calloused hands.
As you know, the president has... Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's briefing. As you know, the president has...
But my roots are deep and they never fade. Don't call me old, just call me wise. I've seen the truth behind the lies. I'm proud to be a boomer, where at least I know I'm sane, though my knees may creak and my back complains. I'd gladly rise from my wheelchair, stand next to you, and I won't forget my medicine like I always do. We built the bridges, we paved the roads, we worked with calloused hands. Watched the moonlight touch the stars, and we made our family plans. Now the world spins faster, like a wild parade, but my roots are deep and they never fade. Don't call me old, just call me wise. I've seen the truth behind the lies. Don't call me old, just call me wise. I've seen the truth behind the lies. I'm proud to be a boomer, where at least I know I'm sane, though my knees may creak and my back will swing. I'd gladly rise from my wheelchair, stand next to you, and I won't forget my medicine like I always do. Now the surf guitars are called from the past, riding waves of time that'll always last. Banjo's picking story untold, fiddle cries out, young hearts turn old.
It's not really the end, but close enough. Geyer, what did how did you mess with my curbs here? My curbs might have are mad at you or something like that. Why do you messing up with my curbs there? Why did you take it out with your car or with your foot this time? You usually try to kick my curbs and they accidentally trip you because you're accidentally trying to kick them or something like that. So how did you try to take out my curbs today? What's up with that? Here, let's play this video here for you while he is that answer here. It's the audio on it.
Briefing. As you know, the president has tasked Gen X with bringing social awareness back to our society. So effective immediately, the following will be amendments to the Constitution and the law of the land. Number one, the national anthem will be remixed in the style of Metallica or AC/DC. We'll put that to a vote amongst Gen Xers. Whichever prevails will be the national anthem. Also, we are going to reinstitute the Pledge of Allegiance in all schools every day for school children. When they go to put their hand over their heart, they will now use the universal hand signal of Gen X. Number two, corporal punishment is going to be reinstated. It is time we get your bitch-ass children in line. They need to learn right from wrong one way or another. Your methods of enforcement include a wooden spoon, preferably with holes in it as such because it moves through the air much faster, or you can elect to use a switch. If you decide to use a switch, it must make this sound. Thirdly, common sense is the law of the land now. I believe Elon, where you at? Elon, I see you over there, buddy. Elon is developing a device that will be attached to every living person's diddly bits. If you fail to display common sense and you do some dumb shit, you will immediately be shocked in your diddly bits for doing dumbass things. If you fail to comply with this and come up to code, you will lose your right to procreation. Boomers, it's time for us to get you in line as well. So boomers, you're going to be required to take a 1-year course on how to properly use a smartphone. It is time for you to get your information from reliable sources and other people versus the bullshit you see on TV. And finally, bicycles, they're mandatory for your children now. It will now be illegal for you to give your child a ride anywhere within 20 miles of your home. It is time for those little bastards to go out and do something with their life and learn how to fend for themselves. It is the only way we are going to continue as a species. Failure to comply with any of these new laws will result in public flogging. We will put your bare ass on display and whip you like a 3-year-old child if you don't get your shit together. This is just the beginning. Please brace yourselves. We are not going to stop. FAFO is now the law of the land.
Funny. All right, guys. Guyer's not going to say how he messed up with my curbs here. I'm going to raid you over to a guy named Tommy Temper over here. He is in Alberta. He's in an area see here, so give him some support as he's out in the snow. He usually does some restreaming and things like that from Alberta and things like that. Let's see what he's saying here real quick here.
Just have to open the garage door. I wonder how he's talking the whole time here.
Actually, here's live.
Hopefully the audio is good through the whole stream. You know, I was audio from the camera, but I'm using the wireless mic. But you can't go live for a few days because you're gonna get a cold. Yeah, hurt my pants.
He might.
That was a cool ride. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Audio was good. Okay, good. Excellent. Yeah, that means this mic thing is working. Next time, zip up coat. Oh yeah.
You like it?
And put on the helmet. Yeah.
All right.
That would be the good thing to do.
All right. Tell him Mr. Bill sent you over there, Nicholas. Tell him to stay warm or whatever, or move to Florida or something like that if he wants warmth or something like that. I tell him Mr. Bill said he should move to a warmer climate. All right. At least get out of liberal Canada, although he is in Alberta. Anyway, we'll see you guys later tonight, maybe 7 o'clock-ish or something like that. And we'll see if we can get a few guests to come on there that will hopefully be nice to me. So far, all the guests lately have been so mean to me and everything out there. So maybe we'll get some guests to be nice to me for once. I don't think it's possible, but we'll see. All right, guys. God bless. Have a good evening. We'll see you back around 7 or 8 o'clock. Later, Gators. I'll give you a 30-second countdown so you guys can do your goodbyes, okay? There we go.